I would like to push you to think about how apps or tools or technologies that at first glance may not seem relevant to what you teach. And being at a high-performing high school, people tend to be very content-driven, but how do we think at the bigger picture of learning, right? Because the reality is we have diverse learners everywhere, no matter what district you're in, what school you're in. One of the examples I want to show you actually highlights the app Puppet Pals. Has anyone here ever heard of that app? At first, when you look at it or look it up, you're going to be like, that's kind of a goofy app. Yes, it can also be used by friends such as my friend Jenny Schlee, who is now a library media teacher, where kids are creating stories and then showing them. But Puppet Pals actually is an app that allows users to embed their own pictures. And when I was teaching AP Psychology, one of the things that's challenging for students is explaining and understanding how a neuron fires. That's pretty abstract. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea of how even an app like Puppet Pals can be used, and I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing, but I had my students then being able to articulate and show and describe how a neuron fires. And it would really help them as they're just trying to understand the content, also as they're getting ready for AP tests. Not only are they being able to explain and then revisit their explanations, but this is an example of how we're using an app such as Puppet Pals in a behavioral and science classroom. Just to give you an idea of how the app functions.
Today we're going to learn about neurons. Neurons are nerve cells that are the basic building blocks of the nervous system. We're going to talk about how a neuron fires and what the purpose of a neuron firing is. Extensions of the neuron where the message is received, or you could think delivered. D for dendrite, D for delivered. Here you have the cell body with the nucleus. You have the axon all right here where the brief electrical charge travels. And then you have the axon terminals where neurotransmitters are stored.
This is the basketball one, okay? And as you watch this, I want you to kind of think about, okay, what is the student being able to demonstrate, reflect on, the big picture, but also what are some features of the app that allow, the technology, that allow him to do things that would be different than, okay, I did the basketball drills, goodbye, I'm going home. And remember, freshman PE, it's 40 freshman boys in one class next to another class of 40 freshman boys in the same room. Keep that in mind.
Hi, I'm Mike Komorowski, and this is my basketball drill presentation. When dribbling, one should remember to keep their eyes up, knees bent, and ball low and close. I need to keep my eyes up and bend my knees more, as shown in this diagram. When passing, one should remember to take only one step after catching the ball. Pass straight across on the chest pass, and bounce the ball in the middle on a bounce pass. I should remember to bounce the ball more towards the middle. Can basketball be a good exercise for lifelong fitness? In the idea of cardio, basketball involves running, but one would have to run back and forth across the court to get the benefit of the cardio.